Namaste to all. Today also we are going to see some very good shlokas from Manusmriti. I have already made several videos on Manusmriti in Hindi, English and Tamil. This is part 5 in English. Before this I have made 4 parts explaining some shlokas which I have read from Satyartha Prakash, The Light of Truth by Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati. So I request you to see those videos if you have not seen it before. They contain also very useful knowledge for our day-to-day lives. And also I have made another video wherein I have proved that 50% or more than 50% of shlokas have been added during various invaders time who invaded India to spoil our culture. So I have also mentioned that where to read the original Manusmriti. Please go through the playlist in my channel. There is a playlist, and in the playlist there is Manu Bhagavan and Manusmriti. Inside that all those videos are available. Request you to see that. Today we are going to see another 4-5 shlokas. Now Manusmriti 1 by 108 and 109. Acharah paramo dharmah shrutyuktah smarta evacha tasmadasmin sadayukto nityam syadatmavan dvijah achara dvichuto vipro न वेद फलम अश्नुते आचारेण तु संयुक्तः संपूर्ण फलभाग भवेत्. The meaning is very deep, but I will try to tell you in short. Basically, Manu Bhagavan says, what is the use of listening the Vedas or listening the scriptures or teaching it after listening it or saying it or pronunciation, etc. What is the use if we are not implementing those righteous actions in our life? There is no use of listening it. So here Manu Bhagavan very clearly advises that you have to listen the Vedas, but not only listen it, but you have to implement in it life, because he says that Veda phalam mashnute, because without walking the righteous path or righteous conduct, without having righteous conduct in our life, the ultimate end result of the walking the righteous path is the moksha cannot be obtained. It is only by walking the righteous path, the Vedic path and the path advised by the Rishi Munis, we can attain the moksha or enlightenment. Otherwise there is no use in listening the Vedas. So here Manu Bhagavan gives a kind of very clear direction that you have to listen the Vedas, because you have to attain perfect happiness. Because by listening Vedas and adopting in the life, then only we can attain perfect happiness. This is what he says here. The next shloka is 2 by 11. Yo avamanyet te mule hetu shastrashrayad dvijah sa sadhubhir bahishkaryo nastiko ved nindakah. Who is nastik? Who is atheist? Is defining here. Yo avamanyeta, one who is disrespecting the Vedas, one who is disrespecting the scriptures written by Rishi Munis, or masterminds or genius people who are walking the path of righteousness, walking the path of Vedic Dharma. If somebody is disrespecting those, then these people are anti-Vedic and Nastic people. And in fact, Manu Bhagavan very clearly says Bahishkaryo. That means he advises that these people should be turned out of the nation or the society or the country itself. This is the kind of strict order. He was a great king at that point of time. Probably this was in effect at those point of time, but today it is not in effect in our country. But still, it's a kind of advice to rulers of the country that this kind of rule has to be made, that you cannot disrespect the Vedas, because Vedas emanate from Almighty God. You cannot disrespect Almighty God. The next shloka says, Manusmriti 2 by 12, it says, Vedah smritihi sadacharah swasya cha priyam atmanah yetat chaturbidham prahuhu sakshat dharmasya lakshanam. So here dharmasya lakshanam, what is called as dharma lakshanam? Which are the dharma lakshanam? He says chaturvidham, 4 things. Vedah, that means first is the Vedas itself is the first indication of Dharma. Next one is Smriti. Smriti means Smriti like Manusmriti, or Smriti like Yajnavalkya Smriti, or Shastras written by Rishi Munis, or Darshanas and Upanishads. These are the kind of texts which are written by great Rishi Munis, and the Vedas. These are indication, these are Dharmasya Lakshanam. Walking this path is Dharma. And again he says, Sadachara swasya priyam atmanah. That means the third one is the conduct of those righteous people, like we follow the path of Rishi Munis. Rishi Munis adopted some techniques in their life and we follow them and then implement in our life. This is also part of Dharmasya Lakshanam. This is also a Lakshana of Dharma. And the fourth one is Priyam Atmanah. That means which conforms with our conscience, that like truthfulness, speaking always the truth. If we are doing some karma, we are not afraid of doing that kind of karma. This is naturally we are able to accept it. Priyam Atmanah, naturally our Atma is able to accept it. This is also Dharma Lakshanam, he says. And these are Dharma Lakshana basically. And opposite to this, like we are doing some karma, for example, we are stealing something and we will see here and there that is someone seeing me stealing. So our Atma is afraid of stealing. So we see here and there, okay, no one is seeing and let me steal it. So this is falsehood. So this is not Dharma Lakshana. So a very clear definition of Dharma Lakshana. The first one is Veda, the second one is Smriti, the third one is walking the path of Rishi and Yogis, the fourth one is Priyam Atmanah, one which is we are the deed is in agreement with our conscience and the Atma. Okay, the next shloka is 2/13, which says Artha Kameshva Saktanam Dharmajnanam Vidiyate Dharmam Jignasamananam Pramanam Paramam Sutihi. So only those persons get the perfect realization of righteousness. So only those people will understand exactly what is Dharma who do not fall into the trap of Maya or the trap of this materialistic attractions. One who understands that this is materialistic attraction, this is not the path of Almighty God. Only those people get the perfect realization of Dharma or the Vedas. And those who are desirous of knowing the righteousness, one who is a jigyasa. Jigyasa means one who is wanting to know the truth. They should always ascertain the truth from the Vedas, because Vedas paramam shrutihi. Vedas are the pramanam paramam. That means Vedas are self-truth being from Almighty God. So if anything, some jigyasu or aspirant wants to understand whether it is right or wrong, they have to tally with Vedas. Of course, Vedas are not textbooks, so they have to tally with those Rishi Munis who are adopting the path of Vedas in life. So they have to go to an Acharya to understand that whether this is right or wrong, this is tallying with Vedas or not. So this is the kind of knowledge what Manu Bhagavan has given. I think, see, each and everything is very practical in life and it is adaptable in life to understand the righteousness and follow the path of righteousness, and finally to get the moksha or the perfect happiness. This is the main motto of all the Rishi Munis, and that is why we say that Manusmriti is also a genius book, and then it gives so much of information to all of us. I hope you enjoyed the audio video. I request you to see it again and also spread to the people who are eager to understand what is there in Manusmriti. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.